on this week's episode of The Chris and Andre Show.
Pop culture.
Since we're talking about Captain America real quick, I'll interject. There's a new issue of the United States of Captain America. I accidentally found this series. It's not getting any attention. But to summarize, it's all of the versions of Captain America, Native American Captain America, OG, original, coming together to fight, crime. But they're doing it in a way that's very
patriotic.
No, we're just patriotic. But,
yeah. You didn't even have to stretch for that.
Very race focused.
Or ethnicity.
So you're seeing different Captain Americas from different eras work together for a common goal. So with that, you can see how all the Captain Americas can relate to each other, but then how each Captain America is starkly different.
And so it's like Spider-Verse.
Well, that was a pretty good connection, but yeah, he's not wrong.
I know, but the anger that flashed in Joe's eyes in that moment was like, how dare you?
So I held my anger. I held my anger inside when you said that, but I get it because Spider-Verse is really like Marvel's got to figure out how to do this whole quote unquote diversity thing. Like,
no, you didn't. Here you go, motherfucker. Look, this boy right here. This boy right here is a punk rock homosexual, and he dresses up a Captain America because he's homeless and he lives on the rails, train tracks, and he's like, I'll beat up people who on the train tracks. He's pro homeless.
Wait, so he's a hobosexual?
Yes, and I love him. I need more of this guy in my life. Like,
but to be fair, I maybe my perspective is kind of like
there he is almost getting his ass beat by Captain America, and then once Captain America realizes, oh, you're not a bad guy, sorry about that, me too.
I think the issue that Marvel's got to figure out is to make characters that reflect like whatever group they're trying to represent.
So you're saying we're not all homeless hobos with delusions of grandeur?
Yeah, we're not.
I feel that. I feel like I am though in life. But I've looked at my choices in life and I'm like, no, this is hobo talk. Hobos do it.
See, that just reminds me of like playing D&D where our dungeon master would always be like, so you guys are just going to straight murder hobo this situation, right?
But
so my question would be like, and I look,
here it is. That's the one I was looking for. Captain America OG, my boy Bucky Cap, when he was like walking around with a Luger popping people in the kneecaps. Oh God, yes. US agent. I don't like the new version of him, but he's there. And then back Captain Falcon.
I don't even call Sam Captain America. I just call him Sam. And I think that the thing that Marvel needs to figure out, and they'll do a better job of having longevity, is to like introduce new characters. Like Falcon, like he has a Cap like themed like uniform. I still call him Sam.
Now, when you say introduce new characters, are you referring to reframing like the center point characters into like new versions of them, like they did with Miss Marvel, or are you saying just new original characters that have nothing to do with?
I think both. I think Miss Marvel's story, like I struggled with the first few episodes of that, and then as I kind of warmed up to it, it was like, oh, I see that, right? It wasn't Captain Marvel, it was Miss Marvel, right? Because I was kind of like,
yes, Miss Marvel, Miss Marvel. The title of Miss Marvel was given to her by the now Captain Marvel, who was Miss Marvel, and which. Speaking of the original Miss Marvel like comic books, they were always well drawn, like really good. Yes, sexist, but they're super well drawn. And why are you yawning, Chris?
Because I'm tired.
Oh, speaking of races, I gotta pick this up as well. Superman versus the Klan.
Wow.
He's straight up punching Klansmen in the face. This is literally him coming up with a clan master. I'm just, oh my god, I love.
I
These
think
kind of things have been popping up like crazy, and it's just for somebody who's colored and loves reading comic books. Finally seeing some just desserts.
And I think that's the beauty of like, and like Chris and I talked about this before, where like Marvel, they've done a good job of like the X-Men. I always mess with the X-Men. That was my one of my favorite comics growing up, because unbeknownst to me, like the way they wrote it was to talk about the civil rights movement. I didn't realize that until I got older. But that's why the story is connected. This DC does like this. It's like they're chasing Marvel in that aspect a lot of the times, right? The only character I really connected with was Batman. It was just kind of like, yo, I don't really rock with this superior, like one person. It was none of their stories really connected except for Green Arrow. There was like three. It was Superman, Green Arrow, and the Warlord. And they actually ended the Warlord when I was like maybe 7 or 8. And I had at one point in my life the last issue, and it was a collector's edition. It was like,
What do you mean had?
I owned it. I owned the last print issue back in
Where
the
he
day.
doesn't have it anymore.
As in, like, when I moved back to the States, somehow some stuff got missing on the transport from Europe to the States.
Oh, that's so sad.
It is super sad. I was very disheartened by that. But
Just single tear rolling down Joe's cheek.
We're gonna pour one out for the Warlord comic. But his story of abandonment and the way that you like the writers and the artists were able to translate all these things to like just a good story and how it connected to different people. I thought that was dope.
To hear the rest, tune into this week's episode of The Chris and Andre Show.